Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. As you guys see, I am not in my normal setup. So for today's video, we are in the ULTA parking lot. I'm going to record all the new stuff, trending stuff that all these drugstore brands have released. So let's get into it. I just realized I didn't bring my purse, so I'm just the girl. Alright, so quick voiceover now. I did start off strong. I started talking in public. As you guys can tell with my hand gestures, I was feeling it. I was going for it. The store actually did start getting a little bit more packed, so there was people everywhere I went, and I was very shy. So, voiceover for now. This scent is my all-time favorite. Last time I came, they didn't have any, and today they had a lot. But we didn't come here for that. So, let's start off with drugstore affordable makeup. Like I said, I want to show you the new stuff, trending stuff, and just the things they have in general. So, we are going to start off with Revolution. Their foundation, in my opinion, wasn't the best. I have heard many things about it. Personally, for me, I could not find my shade. The closest one did end up oxidizing really bad. The one thing that did catch my attention was this banana loose setting powder. I love anything banana. If I'm being quite honest, I haven't really heard much from Revolution. I feel like it's very quiet on their end. Maybe it's my Instagram, I don't know, but really I haven't seen much coming from them. As soon as I heard something fall in the store, I knew it was them. Anyways, so let's move on to Essence now. They have upped their game. They came out with new shades for the What a Tint. They have orange. I've been wanting to try the e.l.f. orange one, but obviously we're not going for e.l.f. anymore. As you guys saw, they did have the glossy lip treatment peptides. They also did have new different Hello Good stuff. And honestly, the Hello Good stuff is actually quite good. I personally use the watermelon one ever so often. I do switch it out with another one that I have. Now this one, you guys, I apologize. It fell. The other one rolled all the way under and I couldn't get it. Yeah, I apologize. Anyways, looking at all of these other things, they have these new foundation sticks. Should I do another full face of Essence? I know I made one already, and that one, the makeup wasn't that great, but they're coming out with way more stuff, and I personally really want to try it. I don't know. Let me know if I should do another full face of Essence. I do have in mind a full face of Milani, L'Oreal, different ones, you know, even Juvia's Place. I will say I do love that Essence kept their lip gloss and their lip balms. It's so 2000s. Now, they did have these new body mists. I did tell myself I was going to go back and smell them, and I'm going to be honest, I forgot. I got distracted by this little thing right here. It looks like an opal. I don't know. I got distracted, and I totally forgot. I did hear that they could be dupes for the Sol de Janeiro. I can't really speak on it. Like I said, I totally forgot to give that a smell. I did find this huge brow set, like gel thing. I don't know. I'm so tempted to do a full face of Essence. Alright, so let's move on to LA Girl. They did come out with new cleansing balm, makeup removers, and a few other little things, which is surprising. I haven't really heard from LA Colors in a hot minute. They do have nice, colorful eyeliners. I love that baby pink and the green. Will I ever use it? I don't know. The other thing that I've been wanting to try from LA Colors are these little correcting colors, the blue, white, yellow. I do want to try to fix up my Fenty foundation because that one's a little too orange. Alright, so let's move on to Maybelline. They have came out with so many different lip products that honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. Never mind. So I do know. I do remember seeing this on my Pinterest that one of these is a dupe for the Fenty one. Not sure which one. If I had to guess, I want to say this one maybe. This one was honestly really pretty. This one was in shade Topaz. So, is it just me, or are we all trying to look for a dupe for the Power Grip Jelly Primer? I did see that Maybelline had these right here. I haven't tried it. I don't know. Have you guys tried it? Let me know. Maybe when I do my full face of Maybelline, I'll give that one a go. I also have heard so many good things about this foundation. I heard that it's kind of like really good. The only thing that I can think of the top of my head that I currently own from Maybelline is the Sky High Mascara. Waterproof, best mascara. Anyways, so ColourPop, let's talk about ColourPop. And honestly, the presentation is amazing, beautiful, stunning. So ColourPop isn't really considered a drugstore brand. You can't find these in Walgreens, CVS, you know, they're not really considered drugstore. But me personally, I feel like they're affordable enough, and plus you can get them at ULTA. You can also buy some ColourPop at Target. So why is it not considered? I don't know. The palettes that they have, love them. I love that they have different shades, different little palettes, big palettes. They also blend out so nicely. I also do love their Super Shock shadows. Ritz is my favorite, by the way. Love that. I also love their lip liners. I actually did have to stock up on the BFF2 today. I use that liner every day. I literally am wearing it for today's video, so love that. This brand is my favorite when it comes to affordable but high quality. This is the way to go. Love this. Like I mentioned, we are going to be restocking on the BFF2. As you guys can see, it says #1 bestseller. I see why. This shade is amazing. It's creamy, quite nice. They also do have all these other lip products. Haven't really tried the glosses. Should probably try that. Now let's move on to Juvia's Place. I do want to say this brand is a little bit more on the affordable side compared to the other type of brands that Ulta has. It's a little bit pricier than ColourPop, I will say that, but Juvia's Place has so much pigment, so much color, different shades. The shade range they have is quite stunning. Literally, they have everything. I do plan on doing a full face of this brand in the future. I do want to test out a few things, so might as well test it out with you guys. For example, their concealer, really want to try that out. I heard that it's very pigmented, and I'm here for pigment. Also, their different eyeshadow palettes, quite big, quite stunning, quite pigmented, bright. And we can't forget the shade range in blushes. Look at all of these. There's a shade for everyone. They also do have these cream blushes. $17 for that. I'm okay with it, especially with the pigment it comes with. These duos I have been hearing so many things about. Not sure which palette I would want to get. I love me this orange one. Look at this. I love me a good orange blush. This one right here, she's stunning. Honestly, all of the duos for these blushes are so pretty. Even this one right here, it's a little too hot pink for me, but just looking at it, I don't know, the girly girl inside of me is literally freaking out because of how gorgeous these duos are. I don't know, they just look so pigmented. I've seen so many different influencers use these blushes and they look stunning. They are pigmented. It looks like they blend out really good, but I think I'm just gonna have to try them out myself, you know, future full face of Juvia's Place. They also did have these liquid bronzers as well as these liquid luminizers. Now, when I tell you guys I'm obsessed, as soon as I saw this, I was literally so close to buying it, but I had to hold myself back. I need to wait for the full face. This was a little messy, not gonna lie, but this highlight is literally like everything that I've been looking for in a highlight. Powdery, I don't know, I just love that. Anyways, let's move on. I think I did just fall in love with that highlight. But they also did have these duo bronzers. I think this one is more of my shade. They also did have this one that was a little bit darker. They didn't have the darkest shade. I really wanted to show you guys all of the different ones that they have. And this is the lightest shade that they had in the bronzer duos. They also do have little, I guess you would call them like tools in a way. They had these little puffs, this big huge puff. But we are going to move on to the concealers. I need to show you guys this shade range. It is stunning. It literally, I love it. There's so many shades to pick from. They also did have this velvety matte foundation for $24. I don't know if I would want a velvety matte one. They also did have, I think, 2 different options that you can pick from. I'll show it later in this video. Now, if I were to get any type of setting powder, I probably would go for this cotton candy one, or I would go for the vanilla bean. Something about having that pink under eye, I don't know. Have I tried it? I've tried it with one that I have, but I feel like it wasn't that pigmented, so you couldn't really tell This one looks more like a banana powder, so definitely would go for that one right there. Now, this is the other one that they have. Now, this is a radiance booster. I don't know if it's really considered a foundation, but they do have this natural radiance foundation. This one is probably the one that I would go for. Didn't swatch any today, but if I do a full face, definitely have to swatch out the different foundations. They also did have this cream bronzer. Love that. Love me a good bronzer. I also went ahead and showed you guys these brushes. Now, I did come here with the intention of buying a new concealer brush. I do have one already, but I feel like I use it so often that I just need 2 of them. As I was about to leave, I turn around and I see that they have powdered foundation. Now, I do not have the best luck when using powdered foundation. I'm still getting the hang of it. But I did see a hack where you can use it in the inner corners to just brighten up your makeup. But to use that, you do need to get a few shades lighter. Obviously, kind of use it like concealer. Now, when I said that Juvia's Place does not play with their pigment and their color, these are stunning. I think they have the most beautiful palettes I have ever seen. I love me the ColourPop palette, but these are on a whole different level. They have so many different things to pick from. They also have these eyeshadow sticks. It's cute, right? Anyways, let's move on to Milani. Okay, I haven't really been messing with Milani lately. They did come out with these new setting sprays. It looks like one is SPF and the other one is some clean thing. Didn't really look too much into it. Now, one thing I've told you guys so many times, I love these lip oils that they have. Stunning. The pigment's stunning. They keep your lips hydrated all day. I've tried their foundation when I was like in middle school. Didn't know what I was doing back then, but I remember loving it. Never tried their concealers though. Same with Revolution. I haven't really heard too much from Milani. The only thing that did pop up on my feed was they had the limited edition fall where they had a caramel apple. I don't know, maybe some type of like cappuccino. I don't know. I need to look more into that, but I did end up finding these, but I forgot to record. Now, I wasn't going to record the brush area, but I had to show you guys these sets are obviously new to Ulta, and they are so pretty. Love me the whole nude concept. I love that they have the little mini travel ones. They also did have these new shade in beauty blenders. A few things that I love about this brand is their brushes are soft but firm when you need them to be. For example, this concealer brush that I ended up getting, I did take it out of the packaging when I was in the car just to test it out. Loved it. I feel like it's gonna be amazing. Anyways, you guys, bear with me. We're almost done, I promise. Now let's talk about NYX real quick. They have came out with a few new things, starting off with this brow, not this one, the other one. I'll show you guys. They came out with this new brow gel. The brush itself is actually quite different compared to other ones. I will say I did try one already off Sheglam with the same applicator. It was actually quite nice. I don't know how the formula is for the NYX one. I've recently did a full face of NYX and I fell in love with their foundation and the concealer. Those two together were amazing. I also did try this one right here and same thing, quite nice. I do tend to have wrinkly lips, so I feel like this one just filled in the gaps and made my lips look smooth, you know. I did forget to record this one right here, but I got a glimpse of it. NYX came out with this new blush. It is the new Fat Cheeks blush. You can see I recorded a glimpse of it right there. I apologize, completely forgot. Now here, I was kind of talking to myself about all the different shades that they have. This foundation, I don't remember seeing it last time. I think I was too focused on the blur one. But let's move on to L'Oreal. As soon as I saw these two blushes, they kind of reminded me of the Too Faced one. You know which one I'm talking about? The waterproof and then not waterproof. They also had the trending telescopic mascara. Me personally, I haven't tried it. I have tried this one down here years ago. I want to say middle school me, you know, maybe if not high school, early high school, I don't know. These brow pins have been all over my For You page on Instagram. I don't know, I haven't tried them. I don't really need them just because I feel like my brows are already pretty filled in. I was trying to touch it, but I didn't realize I had stuff in my hand and I was holding my phone in the other one. Anyways, they also did have these color changing lip oils. Quite cute, quite nice. I feel like every brand has those. And okay, girly, so I heard you in the comments and I came over here looking for it and they did not have it in stock. literally came over here and I was like, I need to find this. I need to find this, and it was not there. So next time I will remember. Got you, girly. So I came over to this section right here just to see if they had any stuff marked down. They had a lot of the Wednesday collection. But anyways, you guys, that is the end of today's video. I did end up grabbing a few little things. I also did go over to the skincare area. That might be for another future video. But anyways, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.